Did not expect to meet the older sister in here. I mean, story-wise, it makes sense. And she heals every turn if you get hit once? Okay, now this is an endgame boss. Well, before we, fight Simon, but he's on a whole different level. Hey, at least it's gonna give us one of the best pictos in the game, just right behind Cheater, Energy Master, and Painted Power, at least in my personal opinion. So we here at Direct Gaming wanted to put together this guide for you on how to take down the older sister, Claire. It's Claire, right? I'm not mishearing that right there?
I can't repaint her. Claire's the only one skilled enough to paint over someone else's creation.
I know my pronunciation of the names have been a little hit or miss sometimes, but regardless, just trying to clarify here. This guide's been broken down into 3 parts. A quick look at my skills for my characters, including weapons, skills, pictos, and such, and kind of give you an idea on how I use my team members. Then an in-depth look at the boss and how to handle the attacks and how to best deal damage. And then finally a full run of the boss fight sped up a tad to show you how to use everything you have learned in real time. All right, enough dilly-dallying, let's get started. Now, real quick, I need to make this statement right now. With us being in the endgame / Act 3, you have 2 ways of approaching most boss fights, especially if you've defeated the final boss and you're coming back to get everything that you missed and try to get up to level 99 before doing New Game Plus. Your first option is to simply build a one-hit combo character like Maelle. There are tons of guides online that you can find, so go ahead and look for those if you want to, because we are not going to be showing that here. The other option is to learn how the boss's moves go and then take his health all the way down. One thing to note is that if you mess up on even one parry when it comes to this boss's combo attacks, the boss is going to heal for 500k health. So you need to either be perfect with everything you are doing or use other means to hit the boss with a huge attack as his health gets to 50% or below. Okay, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the loadouts. Now, for the loadouts of the characters I'm using, I'm going with my tried and true combo of Verso, Lune, and Sciel. Feel free to pause the video on any of the character builds, but for a quick explanation why I picked each character over the others, I use Lune for healing and applying lots of burn, and even using combo skills to do both damage and healing at the same time. Verso is simply great for getting a ton of AP back all the time and having his strong attacks be consistent. Sciel can be a bit of a risk with her weapon, but allows for high damage output and easy marking. In fact, Sciel will be the one to deal the final blow using her level 3 gradient attack. If you have not gotten it yet, make sure you go back to camp and keep talking to her until you finally get to the max relationship level to get her level 3 gradient move. Again, if you wish to pause the video, go ahead and copy anything that you happen to see on screen. I know the screen says I'm level 99, but in the video that you're going to see right here, I'm actually level 86. I simply forgot to record my characters, but it's 99% the same with only a couple of changes, but overall, it won't affect you too much if you decide to copy everything. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get into the fight and see exactly what this boss can do. Now, just like with all boss fights in the game for the most part, the boss gets to go first, so no time to wait. And oh boy, do we have a lot of moves to go over and to remember. Because if you mess up even one parry, again, she regains 500k HP, which can be a lot. Luckily, Sciel is going to be our savior for this video. Our goal here is to deal enough damage to about half health, which honestly isn't too bad, and then use our gradient attack with Sciel to finish the boss off. The reason I don't just keep doing everything normally for the second half is because at the time when I fought this boss myself, one teammate actually got taken and I did not have a good way to break the boss based on my team build. So I simply went with this strat right here. If you want to and you feel confident and you want to simply just go through like normal and you're able to easily break and stun the boss a bunch, then by all means go ahead. But for everyone else that's not going with a simple Maelle build at the beginning here, let's go and take a look at everything. Now, the boss's moveset is completely based on all the enemies that we have fought over the course of the game, aside from a couple of side bosses. All moves are random, so you need to be able to pay attention to the text that appears on screen. This is going to be your big hint for what's coming because they move pretty fast. If you're able to parry all the moves, you will not only get a good counterattack combo, but the boss will not heal for that turn, so keep that in mind right there. For example, the first one that I personally saw when it came to me fighting this boss was Summons Musical Nevrons. This attack will summon 2 of the trumpet Nevrons that you've seen throughout the game. The key to parry this set of attacks is when you see the other Nevron jump up from behind the trumpet Nevron and throw an attack at you. It will be 2 attacks per side for a total of 4. Then the 2 trumpet Nevrons will dance towards you and then backflip attack you to finish things up. Or the 2 attacks on each side. You get about a second between each attack, so get ready to hit that parry button. As for the final attack, when you see the 2 trumpets held by the Nevrons aim at your feet, that is your chance to parry and avoid the damage. When Claire summons powerful Nevrons that you see here on screen, you need to get ready because these have a good chance to actually stun you. Keep in mind that if you're stunned, this stun can go for an extra couple of turns sometimes, and these guys can deal a good amount of damage, especially to certain characters. This attack consists of 3 moves. One will be from the Duelist, one will be from a smaller Nevron, and finally the giant wall looking one. I don't remember what their names are, that's just what I'm calling them. The Duelist will attack from the left side, and the key to parry this is to watch the sword strike. Duelist will have his back to you at the beginning, and on its right you're going to see its orange sword. Then it will attack you with its blue sword swinging around. When you see its hand above its head with said sword, get ready to hit that parry button. The second Nevron will jump in the center towards your teammate and attack you. This one is actually pretty easy to parry, just simply wait till it's coming down and boom, Bob's your uncle. Final one can be a tad tricky due to the timing. It'll make a sound acting like an audio cue at the time to parry, but really what you need to do is wait until the last second when it's right above your head and then hit that parry button. So if you're someone who relies a lot on the audio when it comes to parrying, this one might trick you up a bit. If you see the text creeping Nevrons show up, then you're about to deal with the giant hand Nevrons that you saw from the dark beach. That's assuming you've gone back there. At the very least though, you saw it in the opening cutscene when we all landed. Luckily, they each only attack once for a total of 3 times. They appear in front of you and then raise a single hand and then attack you. When you see the hand on the arm fully raised, this is going to be your time to hit that parry button. Like I said before, this happens 3 times with a final attack from a giant rock crystal Nevron. Be careful with this parry since it will actually dance and kind of hop towards you, raise its club up, and then attack you. When it raises its club up above its head, this can kind of trick you up sometimes because it looks like it should be attacking you and you might actually parry, especially if you're relying again on the sound indicators. Wait until the club is about to come down and then hit that parry button. Careful if this final attack hits you though, as it can stun you, even if you parry the other 3 attacks. Now, these 3 attacks will continue on until you get the boss down to about 60% health or so. From there, it's time to add 3 more attacks. Another thing to keep in mind is if you are doing the strat that we're going with in this particular video, it is okay to kind of let her start healing up from here, aka you don't need to be perfect with your parry timing. Because, and I'm not sure when exactly, if you get her health down too low, one of the enemies again will actually try to eat one of your teammates, and breaking can be a little tricky depending on your build. So let's go ahead and cover these last 3 attacks that you might run into. The first new attack is actually called Summoning Agile Nevrons. Honestly, I never got perfect at this personally myself, but there'll be a set of attacks from 3 Nevrons right in front of you. The middle will attack you twice, only giving you about a second or so between each attack. Then the 2 side Nevrons next to it will attack you once each, and then in the middle again for one final attack. Followed, keep in mind here, followed by an extra Nevron with a giant lantern. This attack will try to hit you twice. If you have to, let the final normal melee attack hit you and focus on the Nevron in the back as it kind of spins around 3 times before hitting you. The spins will not hit you, keep that in mind here. They will not hit you, so don't get baited. The final attack can sometimes stun you, so be careful if you happen to get hit by this. When Claire summons the Nevrons from the deep, again keep an eye on the text here, you need to watch out for the double attack from the pillar Nevron. Then Goblu will actually show up and slap you a couple times, and then finally a Borgon will smash its head on top of you, quickly followed by Duelist with a jump swipe attack. Honestly, the Pillar Nevron is what kind of gets me the most. I'm not exactly sure why, but keep an eye out for when it actually starts to swing in its motion, and that's when you want to parry it. Parrying both the Borgon and Duelist are honestly pretty easy because they're kind of slow. The only thing with Duelist though is to be careful though, because when he jumps at you, the Borgon will still be on the field, so it can make your vision a little difficult right there. Keep in mind for every hit done to you though, with this particular one, the boss will actually gain his shield, so try your best here. The final attack is when you get Violent Nevrons to be summoned. This has 2 giant ice Nevrons on the side with 1 giant sword Nevron in the middle. It goes parry with the middle sword, jump counter with the side Nevrons, parry sword again, jump counter again, parry again, and finally jump counter, so 3 each in total. Then you need to wait to parry the final ice Nevrons on the side again, but honestly these ones are pretty easy. The tricky part here is how this visually affects you though. Now the key here is when the attacks are going, it looks like your characters will still be landing after you do the jump counter attack, but the sword is coming down for the second attack that you need to parry. Do not be fooled by this. The moment you finish the first jump counter attack, hit that parry button. The camera and symbols can also get in the way, so sometimes you're not going to notice it here, but it's okay. The moment you parry the first attack, quickly jump and execute R2 to do the counter jump, then immediately go ahead and hit the parry for the second sword attack. I know it's going to look a little weird on screen, but you're going to need to trust yourself when it comes to your parry timings and your jump counters. Simply rinse and repeat this and you should be good to go. Okay, so that covers all of the moves from the boss and how to hopefully get the timing down for the parries and avoid as much damage as possible. Now, what exactly is the best strat to take this boss down that is not a one-hit combo at the start? Well, like I said, the first half or so of the battle is actually not terribly too hard, and you'll be able to counter most of the damage and hurt the boss pretty easily. The strat I went with covers the entire battle, but in the second half of the battle, you're going to be using Sciel's gradient attack level 3 called End Slice. This does extreme single target damage where the damage is increased for each foretell card consumed since the beginning of the battle. Using Sciel with her darkness weapon and skills like marking card and dark wave is the key here. At least the way I went with it. If you want to do something else, by all means go ahead. But with the weapon we have here, we apply 10 foretell every single hit. Then using moves like Dark Wave will put us into Twilight mode and consume all 10 foretell on the boss. Then the following turn, you can go ahead and use Marking Card to apply 20 foretell to the boss, and then use another attack to consume all 20. Of course, during this battle, I am assuming you're using Cheater here, otherwise it's going to take you a lot longer. If you need help taking down Sprong, aka the guy who gives you the Cheater Picto, check the video pinned in the top right corner. Keep doing this over and over again with Sciel until you get the boss down to about half health. Then, just to be extra careful, go ahead and do an extra turn or two because, let's be honest, we all know it can mess up sometimes. Then, make sure the boss doesn't have any shields on it and unleash your gradient move and boom, the boss should be done. Verso and Lune I use to mainly help with counter damage and also keeping the boss burned as that's going to constantly tick down the health a bunch of times. And there you go, that's pretty much the strat I went with. Keep up the attacks until you have the gradient move ready and you feel like you've done it enough times and go ahead and take the boss down. It's not too hard. Now, here's a full run of the boss fight sped up a tad to show you how to use everything you've learned in real time if you're going with this strat. Don't be afraid to use items to increase your AP as always, and don't worry if you have to dodge instead of parrying. As always, learn the attacks and patterns of the boss to make it easier on yourself. It's okay if this takes you a couple of tries. If you enjoyed the guides, then a like on the video shows us that you enjoy this type of content, and don't forget to check out our other Expedition 33 guides and content, along with our other videos in the top right corner and pinned comment. Thanks for watching the video. I've been Talon with Direct Gaming. I hope you have a great day and week, and I hope to see you all in the next video or our live streams. We enjoy getting to chat with everyone who stops by. Until next time, though, Johnny.
Let's carve a path.
Take cover! Let's play. Here we go.
Lune, careful.
Okay. Better. Brace yourselves. Let's keep going. A storm is coming. Ready? No. It's locked on you. Overflowing with energy.